Okay, let's unpack this. Um, Imagine being a really diligent professional. You're back home after working in the U.S., and then, boom, in just a few days, you watch 1.3 crore just vanish right before your eyes. That's the staggering reality of this recent cyber fraud case out of Hyderabad we're diving into today. Or in here, it's really to trace the path of this high-value scam step by step. We want to understand the cunning tactics these fraudsters used and pull out those crucial nuggets of knowledge so you can spot these red flags before they get you.
Yeah, and what's really noteworthy here, it's not just the sheer amount, which is huge, lost by this 38-year-old employee from Teleport, but it's how perfectly this case shows the kind of the evolving playbook of online scams. We're seeing more and more of these operations leveraging cryptocurrency channels to, try and avoid detection. It's a pattern the police are getting increasingly familiar with, unfortunately.
And it all kicked off pretty innocently, didn't it? June 30th. Just a message on Telegram from someone called Avni Pandit promising what looked like, easy side income. And right there, I mean, that's your first big glaring red flag, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
These unsolicited offers promising easy money should set off alarm bells immediately.
Indeed, yeah, that's exactly where the deception often starts. An unsolicited contact offering something that seems low effort but high reward. In this instance, this Avni Pandit claimed to represent some e-commerce portal. So they paid freelancers for simple tasks like adding products to online shopping carts, basic stuff.
Right. So it wasn't like an immediate demand for cash. How did they actually build that initial trust? Skillfully, it sounds like.
Well, this case is a perfect example of what we could call the trust lure. See, fraudsters often don't just ask for money up front. They give you small, real payouts first. To build confidence, the victim here was given 3 trial assignments. And crucially, small payments were actually credited to his account. Successfully. Now, this isn't generosity. It's purely a calculated psychological tactic designed to lower your guard before the big ask comes.
Huh. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how hard it must be for victims to pull back once that initial trust is, cemented? After those small, successful transactions, how did the scam then pivot? How did they move to the actual money extraction part?
Yeah, that small payout acts as a really powerful psychological anchor. It makes someone feel secure enough to, take bigger risks down the line. So after that trust was built, another handler, someone named Sakshi, directed the victim to join a group. And this group was linked to a fraudulent cryptocurrency trading site, okx01.clicktrade. Now, that move to an unknown high-return trading site, that's the classic bait-and-switch moment, and it's where most victims really fall deep into the trap. They shift from doing simple tasks to these, quote, prepaid investment tasks.
Wow. It's incredible how layered these scams are. Because even after some initial investment, the victim actually got money back, an initial refund rate, $32,900 from these investments. What's the strategic thinking behind giving a partial refund right in the middle of a scam like this?
Right. That small refund wasn't really a payout in the true sense. It was specifically designed to solidify the illusion that this was a genuinely profitable venture. It just cemented the victim's belief that, okay, this is legitimate, made him more susceptible. But what came next was the real mechanism of these scams. Over the next few days, between June 30th and July 4th, the victim was instructed to transfer escalating amounts, just more and more money. And we're talking transactions ranging from, 1,000 initially all the way up to 30 lakh per transaction.
From 1,000 rupees up to 30 lakh. That is a staggering escalation. And the excuses they gave for these ever-increasing payments, they're just chillingly manipulative, aren't they? What kind of psychological tactics are going on there that convince someone, even a sharp professional, to keep pouring such huge sums into a scheme?
This really reveals what you might call the fee loop funnel. Think about it. Any legitimate service lets you access your own funds, right? But scammers, they invent this endless cascade of just made-up fees, things like corrections or data repair fees, tax clearances, even VIP channel activations. The point isn't to fix any real issue, it's just to extract every last bit of money. They know the victim will likely pay more and more, trying to retrieve what they think is their trapped investment. So every single time this victim tried to withdraw his funds, they just piled on another fee, always delaying, always another obstacle.
Yeah, you can almost feel the dread building just hearing about it, the desperation. It wasn't until July 19th, apparently, after he transferred over 1.3 crore into multiple bank accounts linked to these scammers. Only then did the victim finally realize he'd been duped. And then he approached the Hyderabad cybercrime police. I mean, this whole scheme is just chilling in its sophistication.
Yeah.
So how are law enforcement agencies, like the Cyberbad police, actually equipped to fight these kinds of complex frauds?
Well, it's somewhat reassuring to see the comprehensive legal framework being used here. To tackle these, constantly evolving cybercrimes, the police have registered a case under multiple sections of the Faratiyanes and the BNS, including sections for cheating and dishonestly inducing delivery of property, cheating by personation, forgery for cheating, forgery of valuable security, and using a forged document or electronic record as genuine. So, whole raft of charges. Plus, Section 66D of the Information Technology Act has also been invoked. Now, that specifically addresses cheating by personation using computer resources, which is critical because it directly targets the digital identity theft that's really at the heart of these scams, right? Where fraudsters pretend to be legitimate businesses or advisors. So now the police are meticulously analyzing bank account details, money trails, trying to identify the actual gang members behind this fraud.
Okay, so let's boil this down. Here's your actionable checklist from this deep dive. For you listening. First, you get an unsolicited message offering easy, high returns. That's your immediate red flag. Just stop right there. Second, maybe you get a small payout first. Seems legit, but then they pivot you to complex prepaid investments on some unfamiliar platform. Huge warning sign. Be very wary. And finally, if anyone demands endless fees, corrections, taxes, VIP access, whatever, just to let you release your own money. Run, don't walk. Seriously. No legitimate service operates that way, period.
Exactly. And I mean, if we connect this to the sort of the bigger picture, it raises an important question, doesn't it? As law enforcement, like the cyberbad, cybercrime police, work hard to analyze these bank accounts and money trails and identify these gangs under all those sections of the BNS and the IT Act. What new layers of deception are scammers going to employ next? They're always adapting. So how can you, listening right now, continuously sharpen your critical thinking, your digital skepticism? How do you stay one step ahead in what's really just an ever-evolving landscape of online trickery? That's the ongoing challenge.